No. The god is dead.
Hey everyone, it's Sean O'Connell, the managing director here at CinemaBlend and the resident Snyder Cut expert. And of course, because new footage from Zack Snyder's Justice League hit the internet, I had to jump on and talk to you guys about it on camera. We're going to talk about what Zack decided to show, the significance of it, and then the big picture reason why this is such a big deal in the upcoming video. But before we do that, do me a favor, go down, hit subscribe, turn on your notifications. Anytime that we post something here on CinemaBlend's YouTube page, whether it's about television, movies, entertainment, and of course the Snyder Cut of Justice League, I want you to be able to come here and watch the videos with us.
I need friends.
Let's start by talking about what the clip shows. Now, listen, get your expectations dialed back slightly. It's only about 30 seconds of footage. It shows Wonder Woman, Gal Gadot's character, and she is in a dark cave holding a torch. And she is looking around this cave as we hear a monologue that people will know comes from the end of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, when Lex Luthor is jailed and is essentially saying to Ben Affleck's Batman that
the bell's already been rung.
And they know we're out here, and they kind of know the Superman's not available anymore because when we saw him at the end of BVS, he had died. And the person who Lex was always referring to as he's heard the bell can't be unrung, he's on his way, is Darkseid. And while we don't see fully Darkseid in this clip, we do see it as Wonder Woman sort of turns in this cave. She sees a painting on the wall, and it is a sketch drawing of Darkseid, who is going to be the main villain in Zack Snyder's overarching Justice League story. Now, not in the Justice League that's coming to HBO Max, because I still believe that Steppenwolf is going to be the primary focus of that. But Steppenwolf is a someone who works with Darkseid and almost goes ahead and scouts out a planet before Darkseid invades. So we're getting our first sort of look at the sketch of what the villain would look like. However, it is really cool that the clip then ends on what looks to be finished footage, finally, of stuff that Zack has shown before, which is a shot of Darkseid on our planet with all of his forces behind him. And we think we know where that's going to take place. We believe is going to be part of the war history segment of the film. Now, this was in the theatrical cut of Justice League, and it happened at a time when Wonder Woman was explaining to Batman the significance of the mother boxes. There are 3 of them that were hidden a long time ago in different places. The Atlanteans took one, the Amazonians took one, and then one was buried on Earth. Back in the time of Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, after they defeated some villains, some forces, they hid the mother boxes. But the history lesson goes even further back to a time, and if you saw the theatrical cut, you will know that this is in there. There's a time when Steppenwolf and Darkseid's forces came to our planet to basically drain our planet's essence and to take the mother boxes away from us. And all of the major forces, whether it was the gods who fought alongside the Amazonians, there were Green Lanterns that participated, all of these major DC players had to team up and eventually fend Darkseid off. We think we're going to get to see that in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And all of this is coming just from the tease that Zack put on for the HBO Max tease of his Zack Snyder's Justice League. It's a relevant tease because we know Darkseid is the overreaching villain in the story. But it's almost like when you see Thanos at the very end of the first Avengers film. Like, yes, Loki was the problem. And yes, Loki opened up a portal that brought in a ton of Chitauri that attacked Manhattan. But the person pulling the strings on that was Thanos. Well, over in the DC side, yes, Steppenwolf is going to be the villain. And yes, he's going to have all these parademons that you assume are going to be a big problem for the Justice League. But it's Darkseid who is the overarching villain. And the fact that Zack decided for his very first footage to show from Zack Snyder's Justice League is all about Darkseid means that he's still going to be important from the vision going forward.
Out in the dark, among the stars.
All right, let's drill down and talk about why this is important. So if you have been tracking every step of the Snyder Cut up to this point, you know that we've seen this image before, and it was in black and white, and it was shared on Zack Snyder's social media pages, and he shared it because he knew that this sequence didn't make it into the theatrical cut of Justice League that was released, and it was his way of sort of saying, hey, look, I have a lot of other footage that didn't make it into Justice League. There is a Snyder Cut out here, and here is a black and white image of Gal Gadot in a cave with a torch looking at a picture of Darkseid. Now, however, because there has been an agreement to send Zack Snyder's Justice League to HBO Max, We get to see it colorized, we get to see the effects finished on it, and we get to see it released to an official HBO Max platform. It is such a significant step forward for the people who fought so hard to get Zack Snyder's version of Justice League released. And it's, that alone was a victory. But as you see these steps go into place, these marketing materials go out that officially advertise Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's a reminder that you guys have crossed the finish line, that you have secured the release of this cut that you fought 3 hard, long years for. And it's just exciting. It's exciting to see this footage that looks like it's going to show up in Justice League. And right off the bat, like, the comments underneath it from fans were like, this 30-second clip looks better than anything that's in theatrical cut. Now, you could talk about how Henry Cavill with his terrible CGI face is an abomination, or even just the way that that Ben Affleck doesn't fit into the Batman suit in the reshoots of Justice League. Like, all of that's a debacle. But you can also see in this 30 seconds that it looks like it's shot on film. It looks like it's lit properly like a Zack Snyder film. The footage looks amazing, and yes, it's really, really short, but it's at least teasing what we want to see when this cut of Justice League hits HBO Max next year. But you don't have to wait that long, because there's going to be a DC fandom event that's going to be held on August 22nd, and it's a 24-hour event that's going to have all sorts of teases for everything DC on the television side, on the movie side. It's going to extend into video games and toys and all sorts of other merchandise. And Zack Snyder has said that he is going to have Snyder Cut footage there. So that's when we kind of anticipate a full trailer for his cut of Justice League, which could be over 4 hours long. We also don't know whether it's going to be a movie or whether it's going to be a multi-part television series. He could take his existing footage and almost chop it down into a dramatic series. So there's a lot of things on the plate, but I know that personally, I was, and all the other Snyder fans out there were excited to see the first official footage from what we now know is going to be his Zack Snyder's Justice League. Truthfully, I was a little bit surprised that the first footage that he decided to show was this scene, but it is cool that it definitely backs up the fact that he had teased this before in a black and white photo. But there's other really great stuff that he has teased that we haven't seen yet, a lot of it involving Flash and a lot of it involving Cyborg. There is plenty of time, because we don't know when the Snyder Cut is going to reach HBO Max. We just know it's 2021. Could be the beginning of the year, could be the summertime, could be the end of the year, so we're going to have to be patient. That is why I need you to go down and hit subscribe and turn on your notifications, because obviously anytime Snyder Cut drops, I'm going to jump on here, we're going to comment on it, you're going to head to the comments down below, tell me what you thought about it, and we will wait patiently for Zack Snyder's Justice League to arrive on HBO Max together.